It's week 2 of the 2024 season, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni.
It's the Jets and the Titans, next on Madden Football.
It's the building that was opened the year the franchise became known as the Titans. Welcome to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Harrison Nevis to get this one started. And away we go from Nashville. Jackson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 20. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. Leading them out, someone in his first NFL season. Their rookie starter from Miami.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you can see some of those nerves slipping through.
They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right back to Pollard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. They're throwing it. Pass taken in by Lockett. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So now it's the Jets getting out on offense for their opening drive. And bringing them out, a 4th-year quarterback and capable dual-threat producer from Ohio State's Justin Fields.
Eventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Hall once more. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
That's caught for the 1st. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. That's caught. It's Breece Hall.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Another throw for Fields. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Fields out of the gun. Finding Reynolds. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Here's Fields to throw. Escapes the pocket. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. And this one doesn't go far. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. Bails out of it, and all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
So Tennessee headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. They give to Pollard on the option. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. That's going to be caught. Tony Pollard. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Throwing from the gun here. Has the connection to Ridley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, it's Pollard. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Will McDonald there on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to the air here. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd and long for him here. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a first down. Pass play now. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it'll be second down. Dropping back to throw. Completed to Lockett. And they bring him down around the 34.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
Johnny Hecker on now to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on fourth down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Sent down by Cody Barton. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York first down. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, it's Hall. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Stopped by Cedric Gray. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Trying it up. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet, still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Gotta find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm. The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 1. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
He had all the distance and just enough accuracy to send it through. And they're on the board.
He had the distance dialed. The accuracy, maybe not so much. But from that distance, you could excuse being a little off one way or the other. The upright, it helped him there. And that really is all that matters.
Xavier Gibson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here comes the New York offense. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action, Fields. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Collects this at the 32. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Titans will get set to take over. New set of downs for him at the 38. They bring their tight end left. Throwing now from the gun. Cut by Lockett. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They're going play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Give him 2 yards on the run. That leaves him 1 short, and it brings up 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Another punt brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets out to begin another drive. And coming off a 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. 1st down throw for Fields. Hauled in left side. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Arden Key there for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now it's Fields. That's caught. He finds Alan Lazard. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Here's a nickel look by the Titans. 3rd down. Looking to throw Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Still sticking with the passing game. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll throw it yet again. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. He had to pick up a 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
On first down, here comes Hall. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. And suddenly a chance to take the lead re-enters the picture following that penalty. Fields on first down. This one finds Taylor. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. He's got it on the bootleg. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set, 3rd down. Fields looking to throw. Hall there to haul it in. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 29. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. He's on the move. And he's gonna go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here comes the Titans punting unit. Xavier Gipson on to return for the Jets. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. Jets football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Fields out of the gun. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Here's Fields to throw. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Fields throwing here. Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Titans ready to take over on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Throwing now on 1st down. That throw finds Okonkwo. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 4. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Tennessee calling its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And now it's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Pass caught by Ridley. And this one does not go far. The Titans call their 3rd and final timeout. 3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the 1st. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans take the lead just before halftime. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans break that tie and now lead by 7. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Gipson now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Jets getting one final go at it on offense here before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. It's halftime here in Nashville. The Titans giving the fans something to cheer about. They're in front at the break. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Saints looking good to start the year. They go to 2-0 with a road victory.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
So he scooped a fumble, and now he gets home and drops the quarterback for a sack. You know what that tells me about this linebacker? Well, he's not afraid to put his face in the fan and fight through some guys to make some game-changing plays.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. Little off-center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline off.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will come from just inside his end zone. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Titans and Tyler Lockett readying for a new series on offense. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 48. Pass taken in by Lockett. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They give to Pollard from the gun. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Has him on the quick hitter. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Jets' offense now set to take over. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They start the drive with Hall. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Running it after the penalty. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopped by Cedric Gray. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. So out now comes the punter. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. Man, it'll be their football. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Pass brought in by Traylon Burks. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go with Pollard. He's contained at the line for no gain. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, a run with Pollard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll throw on 1st. Completed to Lockett. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets' side.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Finds a man right side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a toss. It's Pollard. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Complete beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Titans will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has it in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Pollard will take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans take a 13-point lead. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Extra point is up and good from Sly. And the Titans double their lead to 14. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Hall takes it straight ahead. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by Cedric Gray. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They go right back to Hall. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 42. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
So we're through 3 here. The Jets have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Finds him on the crossing route. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Fields on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down. Fields to throw it. This one finds Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You gotta be smarter than that. No reason to hit the kicker there, and that gives them a first down. Fields out of the gun. Hall there to haul it in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Another throw for Fields. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. He'll throw it yet again. Cut near the goal line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away the next time, or he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Mevis able to knock it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Jackson now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Titans headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pass taken in by Pollard. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They're going play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now they have 3rd and short. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punt team on the field. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
He's going to keep it this time. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So that brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Fields. Taylor makes the catch. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Fields to throw. Quick slant to Lazard. And they bring him down around the 34.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Fields now on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Titans have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
The give on 2nd to Pollard. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Titans moments away from a 2-0 start. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They send a tight end in motion. Right back to Pollard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now it's Pollard. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The defense takes its third and final timeout. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
On the carry, this is Pollard. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Up and good from Joseph. And that extends their lead to 14. So here in Nashville, the Titans come away with the win. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are your winners as we say goodbye from Nashville.